Welcome to Too Long Didn't Read History, where I, a bored stay-at-home mom who misses teaching, teaches you a fun fact about history without boring you with the details. One of my favorite things about teaching middle school is that they need to be taught to think on a global scale instead of an American scale. One time at the beginning of the year, I asked my sixth graders, hey, who invented paper money? And they looked at me and said George Washington, because isn't that what his teeth were made out of? No. So paper money was actually invented in the Tang Dynasty, which was around from 600 to 900 AD in China. And originally it's just used between merchants as like an IOU or a promissory note. And it's called flying money. Basically, merchants realized that carrying a large amount of coins was bulky, it made a lot of noise, and they might as well have put a sign over their head that said, rob me. Well, fast forward to 960 AD, the Song Dynasty is in charge in China, and they go through a copper shortage, which is what their coins are made out of. And so they go, we got to come up with some other thing. And they look at the merchants and they go, they're already using paper money. Let's go ahead and do that ourselves. And so they do. In 1275, Marco Polo visits China, and he looks at this and he documents it and he takes it back to Europe. But a lot of things that Western civilization is learning about Eastern civilization, they look at it and they kind of laugh. They're like, that's so weird. Why would you do that? Ew, strange. Fast forward to 1661, though, Stockholm Bank in Sweden looks at this paper money and they go, this is actually a really good idea and we should do that. And so they do. And it spreads quickly throughout Western civilization. Originally, governments are functioning on a gold standard for giving their money value. And so a lot of this paper money is lined with the precious metal that is giving it its value. Now, by the 20th century, this goes away because most governments turn from the gold standard to fiat currency. Fiat currency allows for governments to account for growing economies, and it essentially gives the government room to make up the value of a dollar, which allows them to account for things like inflation and interest rates, which is really important to remember the next time a government official tries to convince you that the word affordability is made up.